It was 2:47 a.m. when I rested my forehead against the cold bathroom wall. Naked, curled up, trying not to make a sound. Outside, the world still looked intact. Unread messages, bills paid, people who thought I was strong. But in there, I was already broken. And the scariest part? No one knew. The truth? I had been falling for months. But I smiled in photos. I worked, replied, stayed busy. Each day, a small self-deception. Each night, one more drink. Each thought suffocated as if it were too weak to exist, until my body stopped obeying. My mind screamed, and all I wanted was to disappear. That night, something broke differently. It wasn't a collapse. It was a rupture, a silent tear. I looked into the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. It wasn't me. It was a construction of expectations, fears, frustrations. It was the result of a life spent trying to please everyone, except myself. I staggered back into the room and sat on the floor, surrounded by books I had never truly read. I picked two, like someone choosing weapons for war. Thus Spoke Zarathustra by Nietzsche. Notes from Underground by Dostoevsky. I never imagined that two voices, separated by time and philosophy, would drag me out of the pit with such brutal beauty. Nietzsche stared at me with boldness. He spoke of the Übermensch, the one who creates his own values. He said suffering isn't a mistake. It's part of the path. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. I stopped there, closed my eyes. What was my why? Everything I had built wasn't for me. It was to prove something, to avoid disappointment, to not be forgotten. But it was Dostoevsky who hit me like a punch to the gut. Man is unhappy because he doesn't know he's happy. The phrase struck like thunder in my mind. I cried. Not because I understood it, but because I realized it. I had everything to live for. But I was living like a ghost, numb, disconnected, lost. In that moment, the only thing I could think was, what if I stopped running? What if I faced everything? My mess, my trauma, my choices. I grabbed a dusty notebook and wrote a single sentence. From today on, I carry my own cross and my burden, and no one else will carry it for me. It didn't seem like much, but that's where everything began. The next day, the world was the same. But me, I was already someone else. I started small. Nietzsche said life is a work of art, and only the brave artist is worthy of it. So I decided my art would begin with discipline. Sleeping at 10 p.m., even without sleep. Meditating even when I felt like an idiot. Eating better. Reading with intention. Saying no to anything that distracted me from what truly matters. Every small victory became a brick in the foundation of my new life. Dostoevsky reminded me of the price of consciousness. To be free is to carry your own soul on your back. No more excuses. No more room for victimhood. There's only you, and what you choose to do with what's left. At first, people didn't notice. They treated me the same. But inside, a war was being won. Chaos turned to order, anger became fuel, and the emptiness started to give way to fertile silence. I understood that changing your life isn't about finding a miracle. It's about deciding, on an ordinary night, that you will no longer run from yourself. Nietzsche screamed within me, "Become who you are." And Dostoevsky whispered, "Man is a mystery. It is worth spending your entire life trying to understand it." I chose to live that search, with pain, with sacrifice, with truth. And in that choice, something was ignited. Not a light that shines outward, but a fire that burns within. Sometimes all you need is one night when everything falls apart. Because only when you lose everything do you finally see what really matters. Nietzsche taught me how to fight. Dostoevsky taught me how to feel. And on that night, while the world slept outside, I was finally born. Have you ever had a night like that? One that felt like the end, but was really the beginning? Which side of you is winning today? The one that runs or the one that faces? If this video spoke to you, it's because this message needed to reach you. Subscribe to the channel, but only if you have the courage to truly change. And share this with someone who might be needing a night like this. Maybe tonight is their last chance.